I get asked about Facebook advertising more and more from our clients. The questions are, what are they good for? Should I be using them? And does anyone actually still use Facebook? Facebook ads appear on the right hand side of almost all Facebook pages when you use it. There are two types of Facebook advertising. One is social adverts and the other is direct advertising. But before I go into that, let's just go over how Facebook advertising actually works. Unlike Google's pay-per-click advertising, which is based on your search criteria, Facebook advertising is about demographic targeting. It targets things like your age, your marital status, your interests, and things that you like. I find that Facebook advertising tends to work best for when targeting consumers or those with a kind of consumer hat on. For business-to-business advertising, that's when Twitter comes into its own, or LinkedIn. So those two types of adverts that I spoke about before, direct and social, what do they mean? Well, when you set up a Facebook advert, you can either send visitors direct to your website or some external link, or you can send them to your Facebook page. If it's a social ad, Facebook users can like the advert. That in turn will like your Facebook page, and we all know the more fans that we have, the more people we can communicate to. So before you even think about Facebook advertising, you should probably wonder, what do I want to do here? Do I want to send people away from Facebook, or do I want more social interaction with them? Remember though that Facebook ads are no more than banners. They appear at all instances, whereas Google's pay-per-click advertising is much more targeted because you know that the user is searching for what you're advertising. You'll find that the impression, or the number of times your advert is shown, to the click ratio is going to be much higher, and that could look quite bad, certainly when you're talking about 0.03%. So for every 1,000 people that see the ad, maybe one or two actually click it. I've got 3 top tips if you're thinking about running your own Facebook advertising. Number 1, excellent ad copy. You've probably got about 25 words, maybe less, to get your message across. It should be clear, quick, and succinct. Number 2, a compelling image. This is going to be competing with all the other stuff that's going on screen. Make sure it's something that's going to easily capture their interest. And number 3, an obvious call to action, something that's going to rip them away from their social life. Anything that has a social theme is going to work well. Things like events, bars, restaurants, adverts for social applications work really well. If you are thinking about setting up your own Facebook advertising campaign, there's a few things just to bear in mind. Expect to pay between 60p and £1.20 per click. There are a moderate set of reporting tools, but nowhere near the kind of insight you can expect to see within Google's pay-per-click. And it's very easy to set up, so definitely an option. However, always remember that nothing's going to work in a vacuum. If you are doing Facebook advertising, maybe run something else alongside too. If you do want more information on this, I'm going to be speaking at a set of social media masterclasses that are going to run throughout all of summer. They're organised by the Islington Chamber of Commerce, and I'll make sure a link is on the Base Creative website.